starting to contract. They've been about 6 to 8 minutes apart. They've been pretty painful. I think another one's coming. Yeah, they're pretty consistent and they're painful. So I think this is the beginning of my birth vlog. Today is September 27th, a Monday. I'm gonna go wake up hubby now because I think this is it.
Hello.
Hey, Ma.
Hey, what's going on?
I think I'm gonna go to the hospital.
Is you in pain?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on my way. Okay. Bye.
Okay. These contractions started off semi-painful, and some of them are okay, but some of them are pretty intense, lasting like a minute and a half. So, and everything hurts. Like the contractions are going down to my knees, through my back, everything. So, I'm gonna go to the hospital. It's been about an hour, a little over an hour, and I think today might be it, but I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up and then it's not it. So I'm just hoping it's not too intense where, I don't know, I don't make an epidural or something. So I'm praying for a VBAC. I really want a VBAC with an epidural. So my husband's on his way to get his mom to watch my daughter. It's 6:54 in the morning, so we'll see, but he's gonna go get her. My mom just called her, she's on the way. I have to get ready, but they're coming and they hurt, so just I don't know what to expect, so we'll see. I'll keep you posted.
It's time. He's almost here!
We are on our way. I fought for this woman to come so bad. Oh, we are on our way. She is coming. There's no question. There is no question.
No questions. We're gonna have a baby today.
Yeah, it has to be today. This isn't a fluke like the other ones. So.
It's gonna happen.
Yes.
It's happening.
Well, contractions are pretty bad. Both of my kids are just, they decide to come and it's full blown. There's no break. So it is 7:32 a.m. The entire family's at my house. There's 4 people to watch one little toddler at my house. So we're gonna make it. We're going. How you feeling? Sleepy. How you feeling?
I'm feeling excited and nervous. I'm like, oh my God! I have so many emotions.
Okay, well, I didn't get any contractions, so bye. Okay, so this is the part of the delivery that gets really intense, and it flew by so fast. My mom and my husband were not able to keep up They were just following, running after me, doing what they had to do to get Luna out. So once we checked in, I was put into a room in triage right away, and they started to monitor the belly and the contractions. By then my contractions were about 4 minutes apart. They were moving pretty quick. And what set me into a panic right away was I asked, are there a lot of people ahead of me? And they said there were about 3 other women in labor at that moment. So I started to panic because I was already getting the idea like I might not make it for an epidural. My contractions are 4 minutes apart. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm not going to make it. They checked me, I'm 5.5 centimeters dilated. And I was like, okay, just try to make it through. In the triage, I'm only allowed 1 guest at a time. So my husband and my mom keep swiping out. And every time the other one would come in, I'd send them, please ask the nurses, the doctor, when can I get my epidural? When can I get my epidural? I was begging. And one of the nurses, one of the midwives there, she was so sweet. And she's just like, Mama, we are working hard. We're trying to get there fast. If we can't get the epidural, I'll talk you through it. More panic. More panic sets in because I'm like, no, that is not what I want. I want my epidural. So after about, I want to say about an hour on there, my contractions are even closer together. That hour sped up everything. My contractions were already about a minute apart. So they finally moved me to labor and delivery. And they're like, if you can stay still, we can try to get you an epidural. I was like, I will do it. I will stay still. And here I have a bruise on my arm because they were trying to put IVs in me at the moment. And even for the IVs, I was staying still. I was able to put my hands out, but because my delivery was moving so fast, it's very common to bleed very easy. So when they were trying to put the IV, I'm bleeding everywhere. And but I'm staying still. And I was like, you see, I can hold on, I can stay strong. Just get me my epidural. So the doctor finally walks in and I'm there and my mom is like putting ice on my head and everything. And honestly, I don't even remember where my husband is. I would see him kind of on the side of my face here. And I'm like, okay, so he's there, and I would hear my mom's voice. So I'm like, okay, my mom was just being super encouraging. You got this, you can do this, you can do this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, and the contractions, I am not very quiet at this point. I am there hollering for dear life. What I can say is that I wasn't angry at anybody. I wasn't there yelling at nurses or cursing or anything like that. I was just in a lot of pain. So it's just like my yelling was more like just grunts and just like trying to get through the pain. The contractions were seconds apart. And the doctor checks me again. I am 9.5 centimeters dilated. In that short amount of time, I was almost 100% there. I was 100% effaced. So he's checking me and I just feel the water burst. And I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And this is all new to me. My first delivery was a C-section. It was a C-section. So, okay, I'm gonna try to get to this part and not get emotional. So my water breaks and I'm like, and I'm if it wasn't for the contractions being so strong and back to back, they were really pushing off my anxiety and my panic, because even though in my heart of hearts I had hope for the epidural, I was starting to realize it's not going to happen. It's not gonna happen. I'm gonna have to do this. And it was scary. It was very scary because it's like I had so many nurses and doctors around me and my family. And like in your mind, you're like, help me. Help me get through this. And they can't. They can't do anything. They just have to watch and support you and hold your hand and put your hair back and they just have to watch. And that's hard on them too. And so I'm there, and gosh, so the doctor breaks my water. He goes to the other side of the room to change his gloves.
And in that short amount of time, I go into labor. Like, Luna comes out. She wants to come out. And I'm there, and they don't even have my legs on those bars. My legs are just propped up. And I'm just sitting there holding on, and I'm screaming for dear life. Oh, was I hollering. And in that moment, it's so surreal. So surreal. Because it's like your body takes charge. Your body says, okay, I got this. I need you to move aside. And it's like my soul and my spirit just gets pushed to the passenger seat, and my body takes over. And it does what it was made to do. And it was made to push. And I remember just the urge of just like, you need to push, Kasandra. You need to get her out. There was all those movies, all those things where they're like, okay, on the count of 3, you push. That doesn't exist. When your body says you're going to push, you push. And there's nobody that can stop you. There is no hail, wind, storm, hurricane can get you to stop. And I remember holding on, and I'm like, I need to push. And I just yelled that out loud. And I pushed the first one. And like, after that first push, I all the little bit of panic I was pushing to the side blew up. It completely blew up. Because I realized I have to do this. This is real. I have to give birth to my baby girl with no medicine. And it's like you think like, oh, this wasn't what I wanted. This wasn't the delivery I was expecting. You have the plan in your head, and you educate yourself on everything. But regardless, you still have hope to give birth the way you wanted. And I wanted to push, but God, did I want that epidural? I needed medicine. And that first push comes, and I hold on for dear life, and I push. I push with everything I had. And I'm like, oh, and it's like I look up after the urge finishes, and I freak out. It's just like, I'm just looking everywhere, because in my mind, I'm like, oh, help me. Someone help me. But they are. Everyone that's there is there to help you, and they're there to support you. But this part, you're by yourself. You're in a room full of people, but you're by yourself. And it's like, I didn't know I get so emotional explaining this. It's like, oh. And I can hear my mom saying like, you got this, keep going. You can do this, you can do this. And the urge again comes. And in my mind, I'm just like, go, Kasandra, go. You can do this. And I grab on for dear life again, and I push. And it's just like, from the second to the last, thank God it was just 3 pushes. There was no break. It's like, I pushed. I did feel a tear. And it just, you're there and you're like, oh. And it's like, in that moment when you feel the tear, you kind of want to like react. Like when you hit yourself and you're like, oh, but you can't. Your body doesn't let you. And then next and final push comes, and I push for dear life. And then all of a sudden, they put a baby on me. They put her on me. I'm like, it was like, it happened so fast. And I'm like, I remember saying, what just happened? What just happened? And my mom and my husband's like, you gave birth. You gave birth, girl, you did it, you did it. And my husband's like, you did it all by yourself. And he's tearing up, and I'm like, and I just, my mind was still in the triage. It happened so quick that it's like, I'm looking at her, and I'm like, what? It was just, there was nothing. My brain just still didn't catch up to what my body just did. And like, I just kept saying, what happened? What happened? And my mom is like, you just gave birth. You just gave birth. And I'm like, I'm holding on to Luna. I'm holding her. And it's like, it was just, there was nothing going on in my mind. And so I hold her for those first few seconds, and I'm looking at her, and I know she's my daughter. I know she is everything that I've been wanting, but my mind just couldn't process it. And so I held her for a few moments, and then comes the umbilical cord, and I was so proud of my husband, because those kind of things are scary to him. And for my first daughter, since I had the C-section, it was a whole other ordeal. And I don't think he got to cut the umbilical cord. And I don't think he wanted to that much, because he was scared to. And so for this one, it was just such a different experience. And it was time for the umbilical cord, and my mom is looking at him because we want him to do it. And he's like, oh, it's whatever, you can do it, or my mom can do it. But you can see he wanted to this time. And so he got to cut the cord, and then they go and they take her to get cleaned up, which was in the little incubators right next to me. So they're cleaning her up, and in that short amount of time, I was able to catch up to my body. My mind finally comes, and I'm just there in complete awe. I'm just like, wow, what did I just do? What did I just do? And so they're cleaning me up while they're cleaning her up, and my mom is just there. My husband is just like, it's like, I've seen him proud of me before. I have. But like in that moment, the pride that like he had for me was just like, it was on a whole other level. It's on a whole other level. And so like, he's just there, just like, it's just a lot. It's a lot of emotions, so many things, because like, there's nothing to numb what just happened. So they're cleaning me up, and I did have a tear. I had a 1st-degree tear. Thank goodness it wasn't that intense. And so they were able to numb me a little bit when they had to stitch me up. And so while they're doing that, it took a little bit of some time, and I had the sweetest doctors and nurses there. And after I gave birth, they're all clapping, because they're like, the doctor literally, while changing his gloves, had to run to catch Luna. Like, I don't even know if he had his gloves on right, but I didn't care, because it's either gloves or no gloves, or she was gonna hit the floor. So he catches her and everything, and the doctors are so sweet. They're getting me cleaned up, they're sewing me up, and then they finally finish. And then now I feel like I got to meet Luna for the first time. Because they're like, she's ready to see you. And I'm like, okay, this is what I've been waiting for. I was finally in the moment. I caught up to myself. I knew what was happening. And they're like, my mom is recording this time. And she's like, here she comes. And this is the first time that I really got to hold and meet my daughter.
Mama. You did it.
That was the hardest thing in my life.
Exactly.
It's over. No medicine. No epidural.
No epidural, no nothing. You're a warrior. I tell ya.
That was hard.
There she comes, Mama. There she bringing in the baby. They're gonna bring you the baby in a minute. It's gonna be fine.
I know. She's ready. We're calling lactation already, okay?
Okay.
There she comes. Uh-oh.
I know. You have two blankets here.
Oh. There they go. There's your baby. She's saying.
Okay, that's good.
Hi, Mommy.
You came fast.
Yes, she did. Meow, meow, Oh, you meow.
Oh, you want food? You're hungry, aren't you?
Yeah. She's like, man, I'm not gonna have any more of that good food I was eating.
It's okay, Mama.
There's Tiene una hambre, yo tengo una hambre, mami, I'm hungry. Ay, mío, señor. Ay, mío. There we go. Okay, Mama. Okay, it's okay. Okay, we need this in tape. So you bring it over like this. Right, and then I bring this up around her other shoulder. And then I bring this across like this. And then like this. And then I do the same thing with the other one. Cover her like this. Bring it up around the other shoulder. And then like that. And voila. All right, a burrito. Yay. Okay. There she is.
That's Grandma with baby. Oh, this was intense. There's Daddy there. We are scarfing down food. Grandma went to find us something because we were starving. Pelita.
She's looking at me. You never know, Luna, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
We are about 6 hours postpartum. There's Mama with grandbaby Luna. There's the other half right there, juggling everything. I had food. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty gross. This is just like the little condiments, but this hospital doesn't do salt. So the meal looked good, and then we ate it, and we realized there's no salt. So it tricked us, but doing good. This was an intense delivery. I don't even know where to start, so that would just have to be later. But that little girl came with a vengeance. She came fast. And with the hurry. I'm just gonna keep emphasizing that I had no drugs, no epidural, because that was exactly the labor I did not want and ended up having. So, but we're healthy. Now we're just relaxing.
Exactly.
Enjoying
I'm
the view.
very happy.
How's the breakfast? How's the breakfast?
Pretty sad.
It's pretty sad. Yeah. But we'll be going home today, so we'll come home to a good meal, I'm sure. Today is day 2. Daddy is here burping baby. He does a much better job at it because I can't move very well right now, so she's not comfortable with me. But we should be going home today. We're just getting some final tests. She passed her ear test. Everything's doing well, so we just have a few more things, get everything in order, and then we should be heading home. It was a quick 24-hour, a little over 24-hour stay, so can't complain for baby number 1. It was like 3 days, and we totally tapped out by then, so a day and a half is pretty good. We're not mad. So we're just kind of taking it easy. We had a really smooth night with her. We just fuzzy because she's uncomfortable with she swallowed some liquid, so she's trying to pack that all up. But other than that, she did really well. I can't complain at all. And I'm feeling awesome. It is a different experience having a VBAC compared to a C-section, so it's 2 completely different things, but it's going well. It's slowly but surely, we're getting there. How you feeling, Dad?
I'm good.
I'm getting a little worse. How did you feel yesterday when Luna was born?
I cried.
It wasn't even crying. He just got teary-eyed. For him, that's a lot because he's not very emotional. But it was an experience. It was an experience. So, but we can't wait to get home and introduce her to Izabella and get started on our new lives. So, let's see. Baby Luna. Look at her. What's wrong? Are you hungry? You hungry? She's hungry. Get baby girl here. Yeah, little mama's hungry. Let's get her fed.
So we're almost ready to go home, but little Missy here had her jaundice test came back high. So we had decided to supplement some of her breastfeeding with some formula because we need her to pee and poop a lot, and that will help flush out everything that's going on. So hopefully when they redo the test, it's lower. They might have to do some light therapy, I'm praying that everything works out well because I can stay one more night, but then after that I would have to leave and she would have to stay at the hospital. So that would crush me and destroy me in a million and one ways. So we're just supplementing at the moment to try, like I said, to flush everything out. And then once she's been released, then I can go back to exclusively breastfeeding. So I don't mind supplementing. I do what I need to do to make sure that little mama is good and in a good place and staying healthy. That's my number one priority. So whether that's formula feeding, bottle feeding, breastfeeding, I do what I have to do. And then once she's in a good place, if I'm able to go back to what I would like, then that's what we're going to do. But right now, I want mama to come home with me. So we're going to do that. And hopefully she's good. So we shall see. I'm trying not to worry or get panicked. I'm just trying to keep a positive mindset and that this is going to go well. So let's see. I'll keep you updated.
Got it. That's daddy. Daddy with baby. He's so excited. Stop.
He got nervous and he burped.
Stop it.
Go home. We get to go home. Yes. So Isabella's test, it went well. So tomorrow I have an appointment with her pediatrician to make sure that we get everything under control. They gave me some hints and tips on what I should do at home to get all her levels down. But we are going home. Look at baby. Daddy is taking things to the car. I'm waiting on my wheelchair. That's what I'm waiting on, my wheelchair. It is almost 6:10 p.m. But I'm so excited to be sleeping in my bed tonight. So we're continuing to clean up and going home.
They don't. It was, I'm like, oh.
They don't. It's funny.
I got like 100. Look at them. They're everywhere.
Bye. Thank you.
Oh, no, thank you.
I was about to run into delivery, but she came too fast and I couldn't get nothing.
Really?
Yeah, she came way too fast. We weren't expecting it, so I'm like, well,
Like she slid out fast.
it's like I sneezed her out. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I'm just like, what happened?
I guess you don't have access to it. So it's it.
So this was my story. I ain't crying. Every time I think about it, I cry because it's like, even though this was never the birth I wanted, even though it hurts so bad, it hurts beyond. There's no words. It hurts. And I didn't want this kind of birth, but then looking back on it, I'm so happy. I'm so happy I gave birth to her this way. It was perfect. It was perfect. It was an experience that I can't put into words, and I wish it would have slowed down a little so I could have recorded it, not to share but for my own, just to look back and remember on one of the most special, memorable days of my life. But Luna is here. She's healthy. She was a whopping 6.7 ounces. She's 6 pounds 7 ounces, 19 inches long. We had a little bit of trouble getting her out. She got jaundice, but she is getting better now. And now I'm just home. I live on my bed. My mom comes. She stayed a week with us. and then she comes sporadically. But like, I feel like a god. I don't know how else to say it. Oh my gosh, women run the world. There's nothing can come close to that. Nothing. It is like, can't no one tell me nothing right now. I feel like I walk on water. I feel like a goddess. I feel like I am a woman. Like, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful experience. I wouldn't want to do it again. Luna's my last one. We're done after this. But I had a beautiful, successful C-section for my first daughter, and I had a beautiful, unmedicated, natural birth for my second. Both of them made me a mother. Both of them were beautiful experiences. I'm so blessed to have had them, and the journey it took for Luna to get here. I don't think she'll ever know. Hopefully she'll never have to go through that. But she has no idea how much she was wanted. Both of my girls were wanted so bad. Both of them. That was my birth vlog. I hope you liked it. Thank you for watching. Right now, we are just taking in the moment, building a new family dynamic. And once we get situated, I will continue to start making more vlogs and reviews for you guys. So stay tuned. But in the meantime, I'm just loving on my girls and focusing on healing. Thank you. And if no one's told you, you're an amazing parent and you're doing a great job.